Hi! Journey to the West, Part 2. This is the story about Monk Tang and his three disciples who goes on a pilgrimage from China to India in search of Buddhist original scriptures. In case if you haven't watched Part 1, I have provided the link in the description. Please do watch Part 1 before you watch this. We saw about the first disciple of Monk Tang in part 1, and this video is the continuation of the monkey Sun Wukong. One day, that is, even before Sun Wukong was sealed inside the Five Elements mountain by Buddha, he went to see the Dragon King of the East Sea, which is under the sea, and asked for the most powerful weapon in the world. There was Bang, that is a pillar supporting the palace of the Dragon King of the East Sea. So the pillar weighed 17,550 pounds, that is close to 8,000 kilograms. The Dragon King had told Sun Wukong earlier that he could have the Bang as the most powerful weapon for himself if only he could lift it. The Dragon King thought it was an impossible act for anyone, but Sun Wukong, being very powerful, was able to pull the pillar, that is the big rod, 8,000 kgs rod, out of its support. And not only that, he was able to swing it with ease. He was also able to shrink the rod down to the size of a tiny needle and kept it in his ear, and also was able to expand it to gigantic proportions. So this rod, Bang, became the primary weapon of Sun Wukong. However, the Dragon King was not very happy about it and accused him of being a thief. So Sun Wukong felt insulted and he demanded a suit of armor, that is, a metal covering to protect his body. And he refused to leave the place until he received it. The Dragon King, unwilling to see a monkey making troubles in his own place, gave him the suit of golden armor. So now this rod, suit of armor, immortality of the peaches, steel-hard body, and fiery golden eyes makes Sun Wukong the most powerful one. Besides these abilities, he can also pluck hairs from his body and blow it on the hairs to convert them into whatever he wishes. Thereby, he can clone himself to numerous monkeys to gain a numerical advantage in any battle. And that's how he even won the 100,000 celestial soldiers from heaven earlier, which I had mentioned in part 1 video. Now note that cloning is spoken thousands of years ago in this epic story. Sun Wukong also had so many other powers that he learned from his teacher, that is sage Shubodhi. So the monkey Sun Wukong is the master of 72 methods of transformation, and he can just transform into anything that exists, be it living being or non-living thing. He can also use the somersault cloud, which enables him to travel 108,000 li in a single leap. So 1 li is about 0.5 kilometers, so that will be 54,000 kilometers in one leap. He can fly without using the cloud as well. Sun Wukong actually acquired all these powers for himself for selfish reasons, wanting to become a god himself. But life had different plans for him, where he used all his powers later only to protect Monk Tang from the most powerful of the demons and spirits or any difficulties that came during the deep spiritual journey in search of Buddhist scriptures. Sun Wukong is actually known to be bad, arrogant, selfish, quick-witted, naughty, and short-tempered. So to change his behavior to good, Monk Tang during the journey places a headband around his head, as advised by Guan Yin, that is the goddess of mercy. Mong Tang can tighten this band to control Sun Wukong whenever he needs to discipline him. So all he had to do was just chant the ring tightening mantra. This was taught to him by Guan Yin, and tightening the band will cause Sun Wukong severe headache. So the monkey cannot even escape from the monk. This spell is referred to as Headache Sutra, which is the Buddhist mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. Mong Tang uses this mantra to cause the headache. Sun Wukong couldn't remove the headband until the journey's end, though being the most powerful being. Sun Wukong's childlike playfulness is a huge contrast to his cunning mind. This, coupled with his great power, makes him a trickster hero. His antics present a lighter side in what proposes to be a long and dangerous trip into the unknown journey. So now the monk and Sun Wukong are on their way in the journey to the west. During this divine journey, they meet Zhu Bajie, which means pig of 8 prohibitions. It is also called as Zhu Wenang, that is pig awakened to ability. It was also called as monk pig later. Zhu Bajie is a complex and developed character in this novel. So he just looks like a terrible monster, half human and half pig, who often gets himself and his companions into trouble throughout the journey because of his laziness, greediness, and his tendency of going after pretty women. Zhu Bajie was originally once an immortal person in heaven who was the marshal of the heavenly canopy commanding 100,000 soldiers in heaven. But one day, during a party organized for significant people in heaven, Zhu Bajie saw the goddess of moon for the first time and was captivated by her beauty. Then he drinks too much and attempts to go behind her. So the goddess reported this to the Jade Emperor, and thus Zhu Bajie was exiled from heaven and was sent to be reincarnated on earth for his misbehavior. While he was coming down to earth, he was supposed to be actually reborn as a human, but accidentally he fell into a pig well and was reborn as half man and half pig monster. There is also a version that says Zhu Bajie was sentenced to be born 1,000 times, where each life would end in a love tragedy. How well does Zhu Bajie get along with Sun Wukong and Mong Tang during the divine journey? Did they succeed in going to the west? How did they even go? To know all this, please watch the next part, which I will upload it tomorrow. Bye bye.